Welcome to another episode of GeekOutdoors.com. So The School Nurse Files is a Netflix original South Korean series. This is based upon a popular novel, and it centers around this nurse. Her name is Miss An Eun-young, and ever since she was a kid, she's been able to see things that other people couldn't. She would see other creatures and other dead people from an alternate world. And ever since then, she's been pretty much a protector, helping people from these things that they can't see. And in this whole series, she's actually now put in a high school where she is the nurse, and there's a lot of strange things going on, and it's up to her to basically save the high school. So that's like the general story. So getting to the things that I did like about this series, it's just this overall world building. It's a really cool world where you have these things called jellies and also dead people as well. And even though this has been done before, I just like the way it does it here. It's very quirky, zany, and at the same time, there's a lot of whimsical elements to it. So it's not really like a horror element, even though there are ghosts in here. It's just more fun and lighthearted. And then the second thing that I enjoyed is the overall special effects. Now, the special effects here, they're not meant to be really realistic, if that makes any sense. They're meant to be caricatures, so this is like something like a Scott Pilgrim, where the effects are there, but they're done well. And so in this case, I think it has a very similar feel to it, so when you're watching this, it's CG effects, but it just fits the world really well, and I like it a lot. And to go along with that, I do like the creature designs. Even though most of the creatures have a similar look, it's just really creative how they do it. Very I would say very special elements to them. They're very memorable. Let's just say that. Even though they look the same, they're memorable. And so you kind of get that once you see it. And then the final thing that I did enjoy about the series is just the overall weirdness of it. It's just a very weird series. There's a lot of things there that you're probably wondering why they're this way, and a lot of times that's not explained, which I'll get into a little bit further in the review. But overall, this is just a different type of series. It has a lot of elements that I have seen in other series, but at the same time, it just does stuff that's very unexpected. For serious YouTubers, check out TubeBuddy, the premier tool news at GeekOutdoors.com. Get more done today by checking out the affiliate link in the description area below. And so getting into the things that I didn't like about this series, even though I did enjoy the world building and the weirdness, the overall story itself is just all over the place. The very first episode out of this 6-episode series, I would say, is the best. But once you're watching all these other episodes, a lot of things aren't explained really well. Like, for example, once this school nurse, she really starts acting weird. She has a plastic lightsaber and a plastic gun, and then all these weird things happen in the school. And the thing is, the other people don't see what she does, but yet they still accept the fact that there's this alternate world. The students and Mr. Hong. Which leads me to the other thing. The characters themselves, because the way the whole story is set up, they give you bits and pieces of these characters, a little backstory to the nurse, to Mr. Hong, some of the students and other characters around it. But a lot of times they just don't explain enough, or they'll go to the next episode and they really don't refer back to them much anymore. It's kind of weird. That's why it's hard to keep track of the story itself, because it changes, it adds new elements, it takes away elements, but all of it doesn't go together really well. And that's probably the biggest fault that I could see with this series, because you could tell there's so many things in this world. The characters are probably way more interesting than just the surface area that you see. And at the same time, there's still a lot of mysteries, like where did these creatures come from? How do these powers come? And then there's also a battle going on. There's a lot of things. And if it does get another season, then maybe those things will be explained more. But the way in which it's told, at least in season 1 with these 6 episodes, it just really feels incomplete and kind of random. That's the best way that I could explain it. And so that is it for my review of the School Nurse Files. I think it is an overall a fun series. However, because the fact that there's not a lot of consistency to the story and the characters, then you might be kind of put off by that. And so if you actually had any thoughts on this, be sure to leave that in the comments area below. And if you did want to see more of my Korean film or show reviews, I do have a playlist. I'll leave that in the description area below. So as always, if you did get value out of these videos, be sure to share, like, and subscribe. Hey geeks, if you are a creative geek like me and you wanted to learn how to create content on YouTube and other places on the internet, then check out my Go Content Creators group where you get access to additional videos and content for all the creative geeks out there. And the best part of it is, all of this is free. Simply head over to the link below, check out my page, and sign up for my Go Content Creators group. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the other side.